Today we are going to talk about relationships and gratitude. So we'll start off with a couple of questions, and you can take the time to write it in your journal or just think of the answers out loud or in your head. The first question is, what would life look like if you had an abundance of loving relationships? And you can even do a quick evaluation from 1 to 10, 1 being not very much and 10 being very abundant. Do you have more than enough love in your relationships right now? So we'll go through meditation and then paint to give some further clarity and direction to maybe if you're not feeling so abundant with your relationships right now, that it can help you to get in that direction of more abundance. So go ahead and pick if there's a relationship that you feel the most drawn to right now, that maybe is has the most turmoil, or maybe the most disharmony, or just emotionally troubling, I guess. Choose whoever comes to your mind, and we get to do some fun activities with them. So you can pause here as well and get your journal, or you can just grab a paper. So, and I'll put this down below as well. So the first thing is to write down 10 things that you're grateful for about them and why. And it might be a little difficult, especially if it's a relationship where there's been a lot of history of hurt and pain. And it might take some time. I promise that there's a purpose to it, and that is the first step towards abundance, is finding gratitude for the goodness that is already in your life and that they brought into your life. And maybe it's not something that they did necessarily that you can be grateful for, but maybe lessons that they taught you, or the chain of events that maybe something happened with them and it brought something else into your life that you're grateful for. So it doesn't have to be specifically about their character or them. So go ahead and write that down. And, and it also might be things that you're grateful for about them. And hopefully there are some, and that's why we're doing this exercise, is to specifically try to have more gratitude for them as a person. So another question you can ask yourself is, when was the last time you showed appreciation for them, or an act of generosity towards them, which means doing something loving and not expecting anything in return. And again, this might be really difficult for maybe a troubling relationship that you've had. Maybe there's abuse in the history. Whatever it is, maybe if they're not in your life or you don't want them in your life going forward, there can still be how you feel about them can still be a positive experience for you. So the act of generosity and appreciation could be something, maybe just giving awareness to something that they taught you, and giving yourself patience and forgiveness, or them forgiveness. So there's a lot of different ways that you can spin this, and really it's completely up to your relationship, your situation, and what you feel the most drawn to. So we're going to start with the meditation. So you can take a couple deep breaths. Maybe there's some heaviness with this deep topic of relationships. And you can close your eyes and you can get comfortable. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Just really calm the body and the mind. And using your imagination, go ahead and have this person stand before you. And just notice the different feelings and thoughts that come up into your mind. Is there anger or sadness? Maybe excitement. And you can go ahead and think about maybe some of your experiences with this person. The good, the bad. Or if it's too traumatizing, shift to what are the beautiful things that this person taught you. That how you were able to grow as a person because this person was in your life. So if you feel comfortable, go ahead and stare more deeply into their face and into their eyes. And notice that you can see your reflection, that it's a mirror. And notice yourself and how this person helped you to see yourself more clearly. And it could be maybe they didn't treat you very well and you learned that you are deserving of being treated well, or you are deserving of having a voice or having value. Or maybe they taught you how to ride your bike, your first bike, or just maybe some more literal things about how to listen to your heart. It could be anything that they are reflecting or have reflected back to you. Go ahead and take a step back and thank them for all the value that they've given to you in your life. And so you can go ahead and take some deep breaths and become aware of what you're experiencing in your body. If there's any tension anywhere or pain, go ahead and go to that spot. And you can take some deep breaths and breathe into that area. Maybe this brought up some new things that you didn't know, new pains that maybe you didn't know you had. Go ahead and breathe awareness into that space and investigate with curiosity and non-judgment. Evaluate your feelings. So you can go ahead and start coming back to the present, and you can get started painting. And you can paint maybe, well, just anything that comes to your mind. If there's anything that feels that you haven't investigated yet, you can start doing that on your canvas, or you can paint what you saw or felt, or you can just trust in what you start painting. If you're not quite sure, you'll figure it out as you go, to help give you some more direction to heal this part of yourself. Relationships can kind of be a very tender subject. We all have relationships, and a lot of times there can be some that are just very impactful, and there's a lot of pain. And I think that one of the reasons is that relationships are one of the greatest teachers that we have, if not the greatest teacher, to help us learn about ourselves and life. And so you're painting, and if you still need some more time, totally take the time that you need. Don't feel rushed. So yeah, what your painting will mean to you will be different than what mine means to me. So below, I'll put down some questions that I have that you can ask yourself about your painting that can help you to interpret it. And a lot of times what we literally paint, is not as important as what we emotionally stored in there, with the different shapes and colors. So you can go ahead and fill out those questions, and if you need some extra help, or you can set up a personal appointment with me, there's a link that can take you to set up a personal session, and I'd be happy to help. And so I hope that you're able to gain some deeper understanding about your relationships and how gratitude can help improve them.